So yeah, the second one in the Murderbot Diaries, it's called Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. And this one is by far my favorite of the four. And there are different reasons why I think so. First of all, it's because I did love the story because I found the book very engaging for me. I also like this idea of Murderbot. He has been bought and he doesn't want to be a property. So, okay, if you haven't read the first one, there's going to be some spoilers in here. So, if you want to keep watching the video, or if not, beware, spoilers ahead. Well, the fact is that I love this idea of, as I say, of him having his freedom because he knows that he has been bought, but he doesn't want to have an owner, even if that owner is called a master and can be a friend. He wants to be able to come to terms with what it wants. It's going to be difficult for me because despite the fact that in the book Murderbot is referred as an it because he is an it, I don't know why every time that I make a review I keep calling him a he, and it's an it because it's a bot, but I don't know. Well, the fact is that I love that it goes away and that it wants answers. I think that's a very human thing to do, even if it probably will disagree with me. And in the first book, if you remember, it talked about the fact that it decided to call itself Murderbot because it killed a lot of people. And in this book, it wants to go to that place, to that meaning expedition, and he wants to check if it was something it did or if someone just tampered with it and just made it kill all those people. So Murderbot thinks that it's going to be some kind of revelation, knowing what really happened there. If it is at fault or it is something that it didn't have any control over. So yeah, and to do that, it goes inside a cargo ship that turns out to be an unexpected friend. And I love the relationship between Art, and you're going to have to read the book to know why the ship is called Art. Well, it wasn't called Art until Murderbot arrived, and but I love that they struck this relationship, and it began, seeing TV series and talking about how they feel and sharing how they feel, like, reacting to what they are seeing and everything. And I think that's very nice because sometimes you see someone walking by and they're holding a book and you say, hey, that book, I know that book. Or maybe you are talking with someone about a movie you saw, or maybe you're talking to someone about, I don't know, a TV series or music or a concert, and then you end up being friends. And this is very real, and it's what happens in the book. So Murderbot and Art end up being friends, and they are so different. Both of them are artificial intelligences, but they are completely different because one is a bot and the other one is a construct that, in the way that it marries, it's Murderbot is made from organic tissue and also from non-organic tissue, so he's just an amalgamation. So yeah, I really like this idea of accepting each other despite being different. And at the beginning of the book, Murderbot, it's so the way in which it talks about Art, like, okay, it's like Art is a pain in my ass, but he's right, it's right or something. So yeah, and I do love a lot that. And also, I think it's very funny that despite the fact that Murderbot has been telling us that it hates working with human beings because human beings are idiotic creatures that always put themselves in danger, and then it has to go and save the day and save the humans that keep intending on doing stupid things that will end with them killed, and then it has to clean up their messes. It's funny to see how now that he is free, he ends up, protecting people again. So yeah, it begins because he needs to have an employment in order to go back to the place where it killed all that people, if it was him or it or not. And so he offered himself as security for a group of 3 girls that needs a security person because they want to recover some files and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to explain all the book because it's very short and I'm not going to say much more about that. But I love how it interacts with them and the way it has of saying, okay, humans are idiotic, but I care for them. So I think I did love this. It's not exactly a realization. It's not like it says, okay, now I come to realize that I care for human beings, because it's not like that, but I love this idea in which you see that it always ends up protecting human beings. And you can say that maybe it's something that it has writing in his programming, but when you keep on reading the novellas, you realize that it's also something that it does because it wants to do that. It wants to protect people that it feels need protecting, you know, the good guys versus the evil ones. And I love how sassy and quirky and sarcastic Murderbot is. And I love how sometimes he's explaining something to you and you end up laughing. There is this moment in which he's talking about a family that has like 5 kids. And he says something like, okay, they have 5 kids, different sizes. And I was like, okay, that's it, something that I will say, because I'm also terrible at guessing little kids' ages. So yeah, it's like, okay, how old is he? I don't know. He's like this tall and or that tall, and yeah, and it made me laugh because I feel like identified. Yeah, I don't know if I should be insulted or not, but the thing is that I did love saying how Murderbot just, uh, despite being a bot, a construct, it somehow feels. And I don't know how far it realizes that it's stuttering the line between being a machine and being a human being. And it doesn't want to be human. It is say that like thousands of times. Murderbot knows that he's far superior and he doesn't want to go being a human being because it thinks that human beings are inferior, because you know he has these amazing capabilities. Also he can hack computers and he can do whatever with its programming, and also its body can be like a very dangerous weapon. So why would he want to be a human being? Yeah, I know I'm correcting myself all the time because I keep thinking of Murderbot as a he, not an it, and so yeah. But anyway, if you like books about dystopic futures, about artificial intelligences, about sarcastic, saucy, quirky main characters who are going to make you laugh, and they're going to narrate a story that it's going to be very visual, and they're like 160 pages, but they are entirely too short and you want more pages, because Murderbot is a character that you come to love because I don't think he's so eat. It's so unusual for me. I mean, we have different artificial intelligences in books, but most of them just want to be human or just want to be more empathic. And Murderbot is just Murderbot, okay? Yeah, because he knows best. He's better than human beings. He is going to say to you that it's going to kill you, and it's going to do very horrible things to you. And it's not like he is just using menacing language or anything like that. It's just that it can kill you, and it will if you are paining his ass. So yeah, if you like this kind of books, just pick this one because it's amazing. Thank you for watching.